been a very spiritual person. So not in any religious kind of way, but like earthly spirituality, and I practice shamanism, and that comes through in a lot of my work. But that didn't happen. I wasn't introduced to shamanism until late 2007. So I think that nature and the power of nature and all the elements has always affected my art. Like in here, it's like I wasn't really following any spiritual path when I painted these, and yet the birds are there and the trees, and it's as if we're kind of like in these places. And I needed to paint them with a very soft brush stroke, and I mix my colors so they're a consistency that's very soft. I kind of don't like getting brush strokes. I like when it has a very smooth surface. I like blending. I like really soft brushes that blend, so that you get like a gradient with the colors. I like colors that can't be defined. You can't say, oh, it's not quite red, it's not quite orange, it's not quite purple, it's somewhere in between. And I like putting that all together. So I do a lot of faces. I love faces.
Yeah, you're so good at faces.
Oh, thank you.
They're so
thank you, Rosanna.
expressive and ethereal.
I love the human face. I mean, it's also what we tend to see, like more than anything. We see other people, we see ourselves in the mirror. And I love birds. The first time birds appeared in my work, I think it was around 1990, 89, 90. Because at the time I was taking a photography class, and the teacher said, do something that involves movement, take a picture that involves movement. So I went down to the beach with some bread, and it was the middle of winter, and all the seagulls were on the sand. And as I got out of my car, they all flew toward me, and the wind was coming in from the water. So I stood there, they just kind of turned around, and they were hovering around me. So I was able to take pieces of bread and hand it up to them. And as I heard them so close to me, all around me, the birds, their wings were flapping, and it was such a powerful, amazing feeling that I remember thinking, if there are such things as angels, that's what they sound like. And now in my shamanic work, I use, feathers are part of my practice, which don't come out too often because they're part of the clothing that I wear when I do ceremony, which I haven't done a public ceremony in a while. But one of the things I just want to share, actually I have not shared this with like really anybody, but I want to come out and say, when I was guided to find feathers for part of the clothing that I wear when I do shamanic work, I started finding feathers every day after I was guided. And when I went through the process of cleaning them, it was very late at night because I have a roommate. I wanted to make sure it was all quiet and I wasn't going to be disturbed. And I remember washing the feathers one by one. And as the water hit each feather, there was a power in each feather that I can't describe. I thought, so many of these on one wing, on two wings, like that. So anyway, birds are so powerful for me. I recently told people on my Facebook to call me Bird because I've always loved birds. I had an experience when I was a kid.
And your name?
And my name Robyn. I picked up a baby Robyn when I was a little girl. My dad said, no, you have to let him fly away, even though I didn't want to. I wanted to. So he kissed him on his little head and let him fly out of my hand. So anyway, birds feature prominently in my art, especially seagulls. So I love where I live. I love Long Island. I can't imagine ever leaving Long Island. I love it here. And so my work also, I guess it could be considered Long Island art because there are so many seagulls. This is the most recent painting I did. And I did a painting a long time ago in the 90s where something was happening in my life. I lost a lot of people, and it was a really tough time. And I remember doing this painting where the angels were flying away. And so there were all birds flying off into this several dimensions of sky and clouds, which I had very biomorphic with these figures of people in the clouds. And this reminds me, it's the same dimensions as that painting was, only they're coming back. And to me, it's like, it looks like a landscape with seagulls, but to me, it's angels coming back and returning. So there's Pearl, that's Lady of Spirals, or She Dreams in Spirals. That's got two names, that one. She's got headlights. This is one of my latest pieces, which I finished just before New Year, called Infinity.
That reminds me of you do a lot with masks.
Yes, I make paper mache
Yeah.
masks. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mask, and I see birds, like, to me I see like three birds in this one. Swans, I've also been seeing a lot of swans, and there's a reflection there, and it's kind of like a chrysalis. To me, it looks like a chrysalis, but I don't want to put too many of my words attached to each painting unless someone asks, because I love hearing what other people have to say, because often, other people will have an interesting perspective on my art that I didn't see, and it will teach me about myself, and I'll be like, whoa, I didn't see that. So I'll find that really cool. But anyway, she has particular significance to me too. This one's called She Is Golden, and a lot of people don't like her because she has a little weird, she's not one of my favorites, and that's how people say it. And I'm like, interesting. Like, I'm bothered when people are indifferent, but if they either like it or you really don't like it, that's cool, right?
Yeah.
So like there's something going on there, right? So she's this queen. She's a queen, and her crown. I have a lot of queens in my art. If you look at my website, a lot of queens with ornate crowns and jewels and things, and they're beautiful. And she's a queen, but her crown's all damaged. She's got no jewels. The jewels fell out, and it's called She Is Golden. And that was the second painting I did after I lost some sight in my left eye, because I wanted to prove that I could paint again. Yeah. And I did the first one I painted after I lost some of my vision only 2 years ago this month. Was very colorful, and her eyes were big and green, and that one sold, so I don't have her here. But this was the second one I did, and I wanted to get that blue. I wanted to get the different shades of blue. There's blue, there's violet in there, there's lighter blue, there's darker blue. I love color, and I love blues and golds together, because our earth really is blue and gold. The sun is gold, it comes up every single day, and the sky is blue and the water's blue. So she's a queen who's made it through a dark night. At first I was trying to figure out, and thought, is that the sun behind her? And as I'm looking at it, sometimes I don't even understand my work when I'm doing it until sometimes years later. But I was doing this art, all my art comes out of me spontaneously. I don't plan any of it, I don't draw any of it beforehand, I don't even think about it. I just put down a brown wash and let it go. So she emerged, and I didn't know whether that was the sun or the moon. But as I'm looking at her, I'm like, wow, it's like the golden light is on her. And I said, you know what? That's the moon behind her. She's facing the sun out here, boom. She's faced a dark night. She's faced a long, dark night of the soul. She's been through. Her crown's damaged, her jewels are gone, but her eyes are so pure, like pure water. And she's facing toward a brand new day. So that's what that painting's about. So they all did, yeah. I think, yeah, she did. I have pictures. I usually take pictures of the brown wash. Part of the process before I add color. So yeah. So if there are any questions that anyone would like to ask me.
Can you speak to the farthest one on the top?
Yes, this one, Mamiko and Jackie's mother, and it was actually a tribute to my friend's mother. My best friend is like, she was originally from Czech, and I became very good friends with her mom, who was an amazing artist. And when she passed away several years ago, I painted that tribute for her. It's just abstracted, it's in her colors, and she actually was pivotal in my development of my palette, my color palette, because when I was in high school and I met my friend, we met when we were 14 years old. I went into her house. I'd never been to an art museum before, and I walked into her house, and both her parents are artists, and art everywhere with beautiful ornate frames and antiques and beautiful carpeting, and I'm like, this is incredible. So their palette is like blue that's not quite blue, these awful, beautiful, soft blues, and everything subtle and everything blended and mixed, and colors that you can't quite define. You know, you could have a million names of red for the kind of red they have. So this last one, Irina was her name, and she was not only my friend's mother, but she was my friend as well, and an amazing artist. And so I wanted to use her palette of colors to do a tribute to her. So I wanted to do something that feels like a mother, that feels very loving. And I remember after my dad died in 2007, Irina got me out of the house. She would pick me up, and I said, Irina, I can't paint anymore. I can't paint. And I said, am I still an artist? And she's like, she had a very thick Czech accent. Of course you're an artist. I said, of course, you're an artist always. She was wonderful.
And she was right.
Yep.
She was right. So the maminko is for her because I always wanted to call her. I did once. Once I called her, I said maminko because that's what my friend called her. And then she had a certain look on her face. And I thought it was a bad look, but my friend later told me, no, she wanted you to keep calling her that.
She was probably honored.
And I did also a performance on my, I did a performance out with Martha Dance. Some of you know that I used to do a lot of dance performance, and I did a performance video out in the field on a beautiful blue sky day called Maminko. So it's on my YouTube channel if anyone's interested in seeing. Hi, Tom.
It's on YouTube.
Yes.
What's it called?
Maminko. Same thing, and I speak, I sing a little at the end, and it's a tribute to her. So that's what that painting's about. Thank you for asking me.
It looks like coral to me. Almost like a coral reef. It has space in it and solidity, but space.
That's cool. I see that
She's
now.
like, wow.
Thank you. This is what I love. I love
Yeah.
hearing what people have to say. So if anyone has any other questions, I'm happy to answer. So if not, I just thank you for being here. Yes.
Question. To the best of your ability to respond, what was your mindset emotionally and mentally and spiritually with this piece?
This one right
Yeah.
here. Wow. Okay. That's a big
It's
question.
a loaded one.
Yeah. Because I finished like just before the new year. The brown of the and this is like me being totally vulnerable here because this was
You're
my
safe.
stuff comes from a real personal place. The brown wash that this week began as music's a really important part of my life. Usually I listen to one song will be exactly what I feel in order to express whatever I need to express. And sometimes I'll very often, including with this one, play one song while I'm getting out that brown wash to begin the painting. And it was Voices Carry by
Yeah.
Voices Carry by Till Tuesday.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why, something about the song, and I played it over and over and over. So it came out after a big loss in my life, and a lot of sadness and grief, and I hadn't painted in a while. But then when I went to I couldn't finish it right away. So I was like, I started it in November, and then when it got to be almost the new year, I'm like, I am finishing this painting before the new year. So 2 days before New Year's Eve, I got in there. I didn't know how to add color to it. But I started seeing this, and actually it was thanks to Irina, because my friend gave me a lot of her oil paints afterward. And there were colors, I always thought until that point, that I could mix anything from yellow, blue, and red, like primaries, right? And then just have like white. I never used black, I used raw umber instead. But I can't mix every color. There are colors of oil paint that they sell that I can't mix with just my three basics. So Irina had all these amazing colors. She brought the turquoise into my art. My turquoise came into my art because of Irina. So going back to your question. So there was a rust color red, the green that I had, and some oil colors. Oil's wonderful. I love it because some colors are more transparent and some colors are more opaque. I wanted a really transparent color because I wanted to keep a lot of that brown. Sorry. I wanted to keep a lot of the brown invisible and just put really transparent colors. So start there with that rust color on the center, the inside of that arch. And I knew I was going to use metallic gold, and it just evolved to be. I consciously, when I was finishing the work, I told myself I wanted to do something more positive. I don't want to be based in loss. Even though it started as I wanted to spin it. What happened was this bird came out. This bird was a shape. It was this weird kind of white, this kind of very strange shape. And I had no idea what it was going to be. It turned out to be a bird. Okay. So, to me, like what my painting, this is like the progression of birds from the cycle of life. Hi, Steve. Hi. The cycle of life is like, that's the chrysalis being born, actually being born and alive, and that's it, going back. And then, like, and there's a figure eight there too. It's about balance and life and death and the cycle of life. So I wanted to turn my loss into something positive.
Yeah.
And
You did an excellent job.
Yeah.
The first thing that I received from it was not purely, but a lot, like rebirth immediately, and tapping into your shamanic practices. I don't know what the training is, but that's why I'm like, I love it. I'm like, yes, it's like revealing, even though it's a mask-ish, it's like taking off your human face and saying, here I am.
Wow.
That's what it feels like. You get like the third eye, you get the cycle of life. Even it has a very feminine and masculine quality. It's like pulling it all together. It's really awesome. So, yeah. Good stuff.
I kind of saw that bigger face. That's kind of the overseer of all that is, whatever that means.
Yeah,
to
whatever.
everybody. Thanks for asking about that.
Yeah, beautiful. That's
Thank you. If anyone else has any questions, I'm happy to ask.
When you're painting and the face starts to emerge, do you communicate? Does it talk to you? Do you hear? Does it say anything?
No, but while I'm painting the painting, I'll hear the title. I don't really use the title, but the title. They tell me.
Yeah.
Call me that.
They're like, yeah, this is my name.
This is my name.
Yeah.
Can you speak to the one here on the
Yeah,
end?
that one's really interesting.
Because
The last one.
second face.
Yeah, that's called Ancestors, and yeah, I started with the older raw umber brushstrokes, and I thought that was going to evolve. There's a painting I have called Cherry Blossom Girl, which some of you might know, and she started like that too, with these kind of like, what is it, sumi? I forget what it looks very like the Japanese alphabet, but not that. But some kinds of lettering of some sort, and it looks very like that. Cherry Blossom Girl. I thought this was going to be similar. I wanted in my human brain to paint something that was similar, but art has a mind of its own. So out came the underpainting. The underpainting really spoke to me because I did the underpainting, then I put in these bold strokes, thinking I was going to add color that went with those lines and form an image from there. But I started seeing a tree in the other painting, and I started seeing that face, and it became, to me, another world tree. Again, there's another bird in there, and up there as well. And even in one of the raw umber shapes on the right-hand side, it kind of mimics a bird. So to me, this was, I called it Ancestors because I was also taking an ancestral healing class, shamanic class at the time, and I became very aware of, like, I guess we all have so many ancestors and lines, family lines, and it's the dimensions going way back.
It is. You can see that progression or the regression.
Part of me wanted to cover it up, like to you know, do what I had intended, but then I liked it too much. I said, you know, it's okay that it's you know, has these other dimensions that, you know, it requires the viewer to kind of really look at either one or the background. And I liked the colors because I'm loving that turquoise, and that was from Irina. So yeah, so that's where that came from.
When I first looked at it, I only saw the bold eyes, like face kind of thing. And then when I went back, I'm like, kind of a tree. And then that other face hit me. And I was like, this is so much deeper than I thought initially. It's incredible.
Yeah, the juxtaposition of the like sort of naive, heavy stroke lines in the front and the depth, the very delicate art behind. It's like just amazing, and the colors lend it a sense of depth and brightness. It's just incredible.
It's great.
It's just like
What year was
getting
that?
chills.
Thank you so much. It was 2 years ago.
Wow.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah. Thank you. I didn't know. I just kind of leave once they feel right to me. I kind of leave them, and then however they're viewed. But I love that you guys are sharing what you see because it means a lot to me, and it helps me see my work in a more rich way. Because sometimes I don't know if they.
Your work has gotten so much more profound and deeper, and I mean, you know, technical excellence is just, you know, a whole nother level. I used to think you're pretty doggone good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So if anyone has any other questions, or you know, feel free to ask for it. I know I've been talking for a little while, but I'm happy to keep talking if people have questions.
Yay! Tell me about the inspiration for this this blue one in the center.
Oh, pearl. Yeah. I guess as usual, I started with brown wash, and actually that's another thing I want to say about this one. Another thing that changed is I discovered a new brown. It's not a new brown, it's new to me. Because in all my art, I always start with a wash raw umber. Like that one, I just saw brown too, but I didn't realize it was Van Dyke brown. A very different brown, and it totally dictated that palette. So, but this painting, yeah, raw umber base, and did my face. You know, I start with faces, and I love faces. Usually I start with the nose. I start with a V. A lot of my work
With a what?
starts with V.
V.
That's how I start my faces. I do the brown wash, and then I'll see something. Sometimes I'll play with a rag with the wash, and you know, just I'll see some parts of the wash are more transparent than others. It's not an even coat. You know, there are brush strokes in there. There are drips. There are things that, you know, like backing up, and a lot of the doing of these works is seeing, stepping back, and just taking time to look at what's there. So I knew I wanted to do a face and start with the nose. I always just go boom, boom, and then put in dark shading for the eyes, and the rest of it just fills in. And since it's a square canvas, that's when I was the fascination with spirals. A year ago, I went to see the Hilma af Klint show at the Guggenheim, and that, you know, Annie, shamanic practitioner, inspired me with mandalas. I got into doing mandalas, and I've seen, you know, Jung's Red Book, where there's a lot of mandalas, and then seeing the Hilma show at the Guggenheim was amazing. So a lot of spirals in my work, and the fact that it was square meant it was also round. So we started with the face, round, and she became, to me, it was winter, but she's emerging. It's called Pearl, but she's coming out of her shell. And it's just the warmth, the warmer colors. So it's kind of a spring painting to me.
What about the eyes?
I don't suppose you were thinking of
Why are the eyes blank?
Closed.
Yeah, are they open or are they closed?
They're
You know,
closed.
and-
But those could be either, actually. there was a point that when I was younger, I always had the eyes open in my art. Always, I loved painting the eyes. I loved it. But some people said it's jarring. They were a little uncomfortable around my art because I said, the eyes are creeping me out. They're freaking me out. So I started closing all the eyes, and for many years I would not paint eyes. I just would do closed eyes, a lot of like sleepy eyes painting. And I thought, that's peaceful, and people responded to it. There was a mask project I did to benefit hospice care, and I painted this porcelain mask with closed eyes and vines of ivy around it. And it got chosen to be like in their banners in Fortunoff Mall, and I was like, oh my god, they liked it. They liked it. I'm not doing it. I'm just like sharing that the closed eyes. If I had made the eyes open on that mask, I think it might not have been received in the same way. So at some point in recent years, I told this story to somebody about the closed eyes, and she said to me, I like when the eyes are open. So I'm like, cool. I'm gonna open them again. I'm gonna open them again. So I allow myself whatever comes at the time. If the eyes feel like they want to be closed, I'll keep them closed. This particular painting felt like she's coming out of winter sleep, so I got them closed.
Yeah.
But I started opening them again, like there. I mean, it's there. Yeah, that one was right after I lost a little bit of vision. This one was, when I had vision, but yeah. So they
Talk to me about the red shapes in pearl.
I think they're flowers. To me, I see flowers. Like, that first buttercup in spring. Or that first blossoming, beautiful thing in the spring. In the field of snow with dappleberries of grass where the sunshine and the snow's melted. You'll see this one little, whether it's purple or whatever. That's what that is. It's an enticement toward new life and new birth. So
I see it as, when I first looked, like a Native American image, kind of a headdress or a rattle.
oh wow, cool. Thank you. See, I don't see this stuff. I love hearing what you guys say. So, like, can I go around to ask, do you have a favorite? I'm just curious, like which one you're most drawn to. If you were to have
Definitely a dangerous question.
like, do you have a favorite?
I mean, I love She Dreams Inspires
That one. Okay, thank you.
for now. And the Phoenix one, the pen and ink.
Yes. Pearl and Rosie, because that's my name as well.
Emily, do you have like a favorite?
It's a toss-up between the ancestors and pearl.
I like the little sky.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Bird's Return.
This one. Cool. Do you have a
The pearl and the first one, and I also like the brown one.
this one? Cool, thank you.
It's changing every moment.
I don't want to put anyone on the spot. I'm
I'm
just
having
curious.
spirals now, and I was immediately drawn to pearl, and this is just captivating. And then hearing you talk about all of them really brings me into structure. So so I haven't spent enough time with them to know.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
I feel like they just keep showing me more things,
Thank you. You
I would say Pearl and also the ancestors.
Wow.
But I'm sure you weren't thinking about Nathaniel Hawthorne when you wrote that, but the use of scarlet in there, the name Pearl, and Hester's daughter, just like it might be a bit of a reach, but it's something you might see.
Interesting.
I like the dance between this one and then this one. like it's obviously your past, but a lot of people's pasts, and then the present of what could be, what is now, and what could be. But honestly, I know it's cliche. I really enjoy all of them because
Yeah.
each one has such a unique frequency. If we talk in that language, it's hard to say this one, that one. It's like they need to be together. Like that's just how I feel.
Well, you can
especially
buy
when
them
you hear
all.
the story. Yeah, you can buy them all. But it's and just going off like what other people are saying, each one really needs time spent. You know, with it, and you keep seeing, at least I keep seeing, more new things or receiving different feelings, emotions, insights, and you know, it just goes on and on and on. So,
I want to thank you all for being here and
Thank
for
you, Robyn.
listening.
This is
Thank you
great.
for giving
Oh,
us.
thank you. Yay. Yay.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. You guys here, so thank you.
I'm gonna dedicate one song to Robyn.
Oh, this is my friend Emily.
Here. Hi.
Oh,
I'm new at this, so. This is a very short song. I'm just gonna dedicate it. And when I rise, let me rise like a bird, joyfully. And when I land, let me land like a leaf. Want to sing it once with me? And when I rise, let me rise like a bird, joyfully. Yeah. And when I
Rise. Let me rise. Like a bird. Joyfully.